Hello everyone, and welcome to Abu Dhabi. It is of course Apex Racing League, and this is the title decider then here in Abu Dhabi. It's a track I enjoy, and as usual you can join me on my out lap for my quali lap. So you can see at the moment I've set a time of a 37.8, which is probably around my PB. It's not far off it at all, within a tenth at least. I can't remember, I think it was a 0.8 or a 0.7 my PB. So very good, and that's about 1.5 seconds quicker than it was last year, so very, very quick indeed. So you can see there, Ownage is currently in second, which is good. As I said, title decider, all I need to do is outscore Ownage by 1 point. Oh, I was running very wide there. That cost me time, cost me speed for sure. So we'd have to outscore Ownage by 1 point, but we're probably going to be at the front by the looks of it, so that will mean a win here. But it's a track I enjoy, as I said, it'd be nice to win the championship here. Here we go, I am half a tenth up my previous, but only a 0.6 there. Top left, 17.6, a 0.5 is definitely possible, so I'd lost that tenth in the first corner, I would say. So, unfortunate there, but there we go. DRS is wide open now for the run down the very long back straight. See, it's starting to get dark already. This track, of course, has a transition from day to night, which is quite good to see. You don't get to see it fully in a 50% race, but you get to see most of it. As the second sector is really where I'm strong. Didn't get a perfect one, but it wasn't bad at all. Let's see if I'm up myself then. So, like I said, I've already done a 0.8, which is already a very good time. Wasn't the perfect middle sector was going to be. It's actually down, so I've actually lost about a tenth and a half in the middle sector. So I lost a lot of time there. Let's try not to cut the corners. It's very easy to do on these fiddly corners. The hard and throttle the exit, bouncing over the curbs. DRS is wide open then. So we'll get one more run after this. But it's looking like a pretty good lap thus far. I'm not going to give it up now. I'm going to keep pushing hard, seeing if I can improve it. The final sector is so technical, so tight, so tricky, so long. You can definitely gain time here, even though my previous lap was good. My very first lap, the previous lap as well, I was happy with that. Come on the final corner now then. Let's see if I can do it then. So DRS wide open for the run to line then. What's going to be? It's a 1 minute 37.781, just 300ths up then. So I could have done with that tenth and a half or even a tenth in the middle sector. But now this is the next lap then. The very last lap of the session. You can see that I'm 800ths up middle sector. So I've managed to get a bit of time back middle sector. I've still lost about half a tenth of an eye on what I did previously, but that's still pretty good. So I just need to push now, see if I can improve my time slightly in the final sector. 0.6 would definitely be my PB. I think my PB is a 0.7, so I'm in line with that. Pushing very hard. Oh, got a bit of oversteer there. I want to oversteer. Four-wheel drift there. As I hit the curb, it pushed the car wide, and I didn't take enough speed in there either, so it's not been a great final sector. Down to third now. I could have taken that curb better for sure. You can take more curb than that on the inside there. Down to second for the final corner. Just skim that curb nicely. Take as much curb as you can on the exit. There we go. DRS is wide open with the run to the line. And no, I did not improve. Half a tenth down I was. And let's see now. Ownage has come around then. So he's currently still in second. Only down to 0.2. So he's about almost half a second off me at the moment. So quite a way. But knowing him, he will improve. We'll see. He's come around the penultimate corner now then. Pushing very hard. This is of course spectate mode. So it could be a little inaccurate as he's now come around the final corner then for the run to the line. What's it going to be then? It's going to be a 1 minute. Oh, he's managed to beat me. 1 minute 37.758. He's beaten by 200ths of a second. I couldn't believe he did that. So gutted. I very nearly got a pole position with Ownage on track, but didn't quite manage it. And that's why it's so frustrating to race against this guy. He's so quick, and he can always pull it out of the bag. 200ths of a second. So close, but I didn't quite manage it. But there we go. We're into the race now then. Set up 1-1 wings. 47.53 high large brakes. 11.11 balance. 1199 suspension, that's to help me over the curves a little bit. There's my gear ratios and full left camber and full right toe. Not worried about tyre wear at all in this race. So of course that was on primes. I qualified as per usual. I'll leave it default lap 16 and I'm going to go aggressive fuel. Fate Ghost Pirate before the race recommended that to me to go aggressive because he reckoned he was a lot quicker. So I'm going to give that a go. I haven't actually tried it, but I did do conservative and it felt very heavy and very slow in the beginning. So here we go then. Barcelona just behind there in third on options. Me and Ownage holding up the pack there, propping up the pack. No, that'd be the bottom, wouldn't it? No, top of the pack, that'll do on primes. But anyway, the lights are on now then. So 4 lights, 5 lights then, and we're away. So straight through experience to them. Got Ownage to the right then, going to try and use some curves. Here we go, as soon as I can get some traction. And I'm alongside him here, going to try and brake quite late, but don't want to be hitting him. And oh, I had to ease off the throttle there. Could have had him on the inside here. Barcelona's to look at the inside of me here, but I don't think he's going to make it. I'm leaving a little bit of room just in case, and lots of dirty air from Ownage ahead. And we're all through then. Pretty much grid order. Still pretty close to Ownage ahead. As I said, I could have had him in the first corner, but didn't want to risk hitting him, pushing him wide. So I've very much, I think both me and Ownage actually, definitely me, take a bit of an Alonso approach to these races now. It's not worth losing your front wing or binning it, or in this case taking someone out and having to wait for them. just costs too much time. There will be another chance. You see I'm nice and close to him, currently on rich. I started on -1, I'm now on optimal fuel. With his aggressive fuel, I'm going to have to go lean in the final sector zone and just run a little bit wide there, cost him a little bit of time. And I'm definitely nice and close to him now, going to have a bit of curves as well. Don't know if he's got any, don't think he has. Look at this, I'm going to gain on him then, he's going to stick to the inside, so I have to go on the outside then, very last second, then skim my front wing across his car. They're going to stick to the outside now, got a bit of marbles on my tyres. And we'll brake pretty much the same time. I'm going to stay a bit hard on the brakes here to try and undercut him, but no, didn't work. Duck back in, no, didn't quite work. I called us tricky, I was hoping he's going to run a bit wider than that. But I wasn't going to be able to go on the outside there anyway, so it was worth a try. As I said, that's the Alonso approach there, not worth being really aggressive, trying to push it on the outside. There will be more opportunities to come. I feel very good on this track. This is one of my favourites, this track. Really enjoy. Oh, Zara, good look at the inside of Ownage there, unintentionally, but he ran a little bit wide and was particularly slow in that corner. Almost got me inside there. I actually had to back out of it once again. Alonso approach there. Had to back out of it. Oh, I've run very wide now. They're right off the track. So I had to back out of it. Wasn't worth hitting and spinning in potentially. As I went to lean for that final sector, as I mentioned, I'm going to have to do to be able to get to the end. Standard in the first sector. Rich on the 2 long straights. And lean in the final sector as I've run wide once again there. Just 6/10 to Ownage then. Lots and lots of dirty air in these first couple of corners. Ownage ran a bit wide there. That's allowed me to stay out of his dirty air just about. And I was almost through full throttle through there. Not quite though. As Ownage just started to pull away a bit. Need to stop this from happening. As I've already managed to close in on them actually. Of course DRS won't be till next lap. Hard on throttle then. Using a bit of curves. I should be going rich. There we go. So I'm in a slipstream, but not that close. It won't be that strong from back here. And I will still gain on them for sure down the straight. But not having slipstream at all. Heavy braking then into this corner. And then once again I managed to get a slightly better line there, Ownage there. Got a better exit through here. That's allowed them to close up a lot. Got lots of curves left then. Could be a slipstream as well. I'm definitely close down this straight, aren't I? So I should have more powerful slipstream on him. So it was, what, 6/10 wasn't it before? What's it going to be now? It is now just 2/10. So 4/10 managed to get in the middle sector. I told you I was strong there. The slipstream certainly helped as I hit the bollard there. Finally get that out of the way. Allows you to get a much better racing line with that bollard there. So I'm on lean again now. As I said, that's my fuel strategy, but I do look faster than Ownage, don't I, at the moment. If I can get a clean lap in, I think I am faster. I'm able to nail these curves much more aggressively than Ownage is. He's having to avoid them. He's using very aggressive, using the usual 1-1-11-11. You see him there having to avoid the curves, and I'm gaining on him all through there. I believe he's still on rich at the moment. I'm only on lean, and I'm still gaining on him. See, he's really struggling. He's got a very heavy car. Definitely got more grip, so going to standard now then, nice and close to him. We'll get DRS this lap if I can stick this close, just 3/10 back from him then. So I fast lap of the race, a 42.5. That's just about what I should keep 2 wheels on the circuit, but I know this is going to be lots and lots of dirty air, but Ownage just run wide there, hasn't turned in early enough. That's going to gain him little squirt curves there to get me nicely into his slipstream. And just 2/10 again to him, so not much at all. Look at this, couldn't be close if I tried. Pointless having a look at the inside to that corner. I'll wait to get DRS down this next straight and should cruise past. I'm not sure where the DRS zone is. Using a bit of curves now though, but not going to use all of it. Going to save some to the next straight, and looks like he's still pulling away there. I think he must use, if not all of it, a lot of his curves. DRS zone actually starts very, very late down that straight. I'll have a look at the inside just to scare him more than anything. Doesn't quite work though. This is the next straight. This is where I'm going to have to get it done. There is another DRS zone here. There's a detection point rather. Using the rest of my curves now then. And looks like he didn't have any curves. I'm gaining on him lots. DRS is wide open then. Going to go on the outside of him. This time I've got DRS. He comes over a little bit on me there. And I'm actually cruise past and go to the inside now fairly aggressively. Just to make sure he can't cruise back up the inside of that. I've outbraked myself there with the marbles on my tyres. I need to hold up the apex a little bit now, which is what I've done. And I managed to keep him at bay nicely. So I'm sticking to standard for a second. Just so he can't dive up me inside. And I now go to lean as the move is done. So I am now into P1 then. This is where I need to be able to win the championship. I need to be ahead of Ownage. Like I said, I only need 1 more point over him to win the championship. Of course, the PC ARL championship. There's 4 splits as well. I think the season started with something like 50 or 60 drivers, so there's a lot of drivers. And of course, this is the top split, so the title is, of course, effectively the title of all 4 splits because it's the top split. But each individual split does have their own title. So just 4/10 now then to Ownage behind. So he runs a little bit wide there. And he'll probably have dirty air and a heavier car on here, so he should be slow. Let's see. And yes, absolutely. Look how far back he is. Wow. I was easy full throttle through there. He definitely wasn't. He lost a lot of time to the 8/10. So I think he's just about going to get DRS on me still. So I do a purple first sector, a 10th of my previous then. I'm going to go to Rich and use half my curves I expect. I use half my curves on the first straight and half on the second straight. I find that's generally the best strategy, and yeah, he's miles too far back to do anything. Even if he saved half his curves for next straight, he should still be way too far back. So I can't quite get it slowed down there, around a little bit wide. It's compromised me a little bit for the exit of that last corner, but not too much. He's still going to be nowhere near me. So I need to push now. Since I'm on lighter fuel, and I believe, well, I know now, but I believed at the time he was on heavy fuel. I need to push to try and get a gap to him that he won't be able to close at the end of the race. That's the plan, as I run wide once again there, though. I see just 6 tenths, so only gained 2 tenths on me in the middle sector there, despite having DRS and slipstream. So that's quite surprising, really. And I'm back to lean then. So it's not in the straights, I'm going to be able to do it. Only just going to be quicker than me in the straights. It's in the corners, I'm going to need to do it. With a lighter car, pushing hard. This is kind of a little bit wide. They certainly closed in on me though. Wasn't the cleanest final sector for me. They just got very wide there. Come on the final corner now then. It's a standard mix. He's definitely closed in on me. Yes, just 4 tenths now, so another couple of tenths in the final sector. But I didn't quite manage my personal best either. You can see there I'm a 10th off what I can do. Mind you, that might have been with DRS, so it's a pretty good lap still. You see, yeah, he's once again falling back a lot for me, so I might better keep him out my DRS this time. It's going to be close, I think. We don't get a gap, unfortunately. So I do purple again, first sector. And that was the detection point just that we just crossed just then, so I don't know if I've managed to keep him out of my DRS zone. I'll get him out of my DRS zone. I think it's going to be close. Don't think I've quite managed it, though. He looks a bit too close to me. That's okay. Still on Rich, still got plenty of curves left. I'm still miles ahead of him. Not miles, but enough so that he's not going to be able to overtake me, which is good. That was a much better line through there. So I use the rest of my curves now then. And he's still way too far back. I go -1 on fuel there, so I need to start definitely being a bit more aggressive with the lean. There we go, went lean a little bit early this time. 2 tenths up my previous though. That's purple, fastest of anyone. He's now 7 tenths back, so oh, he's disconnected there though. He's disconnected from the race. He's no longer behind me. He's left. His connection issues unfortunately have returned. And that's very disappointing. I can tell you at this point in the race, I was extremely disappointed. It was looking like such a good battle, wasn't it? Really, really good. And now he's disconnected. So as long as I can score at least 1 point, that guarantees me the championship, but it's not the way I wanted to win it at all with Ownage disconnecting. And I'm now quite a way ahead of Barcelona as well, unfortunately. But we now get a fast stop of the race, even though go lean in the final sector. And we now skip all the way to lap 25. Because nothing happened at all. I conserved a lot of fuel. Stayed out far too long on the primes just because I could. Went to lap 20, even though I was supposed to be on lap 16. But now I'm going to got plenty of fuel left, you can see there. I'm going to go to Rich for the remaining laps. You can see there, 41.0, that was with my conserving fuel strategy. I was in lean the whole lap, barring the straights where I was on standard. You can see there, 3 tenths up already, first sector. So it's looking pretty good for the fastest lap. And also looking good for the win, which will guarantee me the championship. Like I say, disappointed how it happened with Ownage disconnecting, but I mean, not a lot I can do about that really. It's not just Ownage I've been racing, is it, this whole season? The season also isn't decided on one race, so disappointing to see him disconnecting there. Very disappointing actually, as like I say, it's looking like such a good race as well. We were so close, 200ths in quali, and we're looking pretty close in the race as well. Once Onage's fuel had burned off, I'm sure it would have got a lot closer. But unfortunately he's disconnected. He does often get disconnection issues. I'm 8 tenths up now. He does often get, well, he used to often get disconnection issues. Used to happen probably every 2 or 3 races, so quite often really. He reckons in the winter he gets more than in the summer. And of course this is the summer season, effectively. So he hasn't disconnected at all this season, and unfortunately this was his first disconnection right at the wrong time. So I'll just have to hope that he doesn't do it again for future races and for next season. As we come to the final corner now then. Let's see if I can do a fast lap the race then. I do indeed, just over a second up my previous, so that was just all fuel. So I was almost sandbagging up to that point. I pitted on lap 20 for these tyres. I've been on them for 5 laps, and I've just been conserving fuel the whole time so I could go to Rich for a few laps at the end and really push, see what sort of lap times I can get out of these tyres. So like I said, I'm really pushing now. Got a big gap to Barcelona behind. I haven't caught it yet. I'll check it in a minute as I cut both corners there. So you have to take a couple of stabs. Don't want to be doing that and risking a penalty. It's 9.5 seconds to Barcelona. Of course, I've been running far from the optimal strategy. Going all the way to about 20 on the primes. And being very, very conservative on the fuel. Overly conservative. Definitely got some more time than I'm going to gain now. Conserving the fuel. So I've nailed that corner quite nicely. Could have been better for sure, but it was very, very good still. Use the rest of my curves now then for the run to the end of the second sector. Am I going to be purple? Up on my previous. I am indeed 10th up then, so I'm for a 0.8. Bearing in mind, my pole lap time last season on primes, bear that in mind, but pole lap time, oh, there the curve, they run wide. Pole lap time with DRS, of course, though, on prime tyres, but with DRS for the whole lap, it was a 39 point, I believe it was 1 or 0, somewhere on there, very low 39. I've just done a 39.9 in the race on options this year, without DRS, of course, during the race, with more fuel as well, obviously. And a couple of laps left to go. Oh, as I get on the curb there, it makes me understeer. Wonder if that's cost me the time that I need. Oh, run wide again. Start to get some understeer now, and I've still managed to go 2/10 up, so it's a 0.7 then. I've got 2 more laps left to go. I should be able to remain on rich for the remaining 2 laps. So I'm going to push hard now then, see if I can improve the lap further. Confirmation there, fastest lap of the race. I've gone to optimal now, but I should hopefully be okay. So I'm up again, 700s up again then. 11.5 seconds now to Barcelona. So definitely gaining a lot on him. These fastest laps I'm pumping in now. I have my curve once again down this straight. Very, very big braking zone. I like this track because I like stop-start circuits, of course, which is exactly what this is. There isn't many high-speed corners. The ones I do I actually quite enjoy. The first sector mainly. Quite enjoy them. I like tricky tracks as well. This track's quite tricky with the curbs. It can be lethal. You've got to figure out how to navigate the curbs best. I like big braking points as well, just like this one we're coming up to now. I'm pretty good on the brakes. So I'm still up, 700s up then, so still on for another fastest lap of the race. Want to improve it yet again. This is that hotel there, you can see it now. It's getting dark, I haven't mentioned that, but it is very much dusk now, isn't it? It's not quite dark yet, but it's not far off it. You can see the hotel's starting to look brighter, just purely because it's darker. Not the hotel, because the lighting in the world is darker, so you can see the lights there as well more. That's a much better corner there, so I should be up this lap for sure. Or was I 700s or something? Let's see. So another 10th and a bit up, so that's a 0.6. But I'm going to have one final lap. This is the last lap of the race now then. Looking like I'm going to get the win. But I'm also going to have one final lap of rich, I reckon. So I'm going to push hard now. See if I can improve it yet again. If I can manage to improve it again, that'll be every single lap that I've tried for it. I've got it. I've improved it steadily, bit by bit. As I'm a little bit up, 100th up. So pretty consistent stuff. As I run a little bit wide there, you want to nail that curve on the inside. Didn't quite manage it. So I'm probably now down. Purely because the 100th that probably only cost me less than half a tenth. But such small margins. Probably down. That's not going to stop me though. Still going to push very, very hard. Like I said, I've had 4 laps on rich. Going for fastest lap. If I get this one, it'll be all 4 I've managed the fastest lap. So it's quite an achievement, really. Come through the second sector now then. Got a bit of curves left. Going to use all of that now. Still on rich. Still got enough fuel to make it to the end. Am I going to be purple in this sector? I shouldn't imagine so with that tiny mistake, but we'll see. Not quite. Only 1.5 hundredths down now then. So my first sector was 100th up on the previous lap, and my second sector was only 200ths down on my previous lap. So that's consistency for you, isn't it? Not bad at all. But now I'm going to push in this final sector. Definitely can make that time up in the final sector. As I cut the corner a little bit there, I need to be careful of that. But it's the final lap now. It's a bit late for all that, really. See, I'm pushing hard, can't you? This tyre's still got plenty of grip left since I pitted so late on them for them. So I nailed that corner there. Absolutely nailed it. See if I can nail the final corner. I do. Full throttle then for the inside line. Can I get another fastest lap? I can indeed. That was a 0.550. So what's that? About another 10th up, final sector. So pretty good stuff there. Final 4 laps with 4 fast laps in a row for me. 16 seconds in the end on Barcelona. 39.5 by far the fastest lap of the race. Next closest was about 2 seconds off me. because of course Ownage disconnected. And this is the championship. Then you see I've got my gold strip at the top there, meaning I am the ARL PC champion. Then 2 races early. You can see there also DNA on USA. I will not be racing. I've got job training. I've already mentioned that before, so I won't be racing next race. Unfortunately, I really do enjoy that track. I'm really gutted about that, to be honest. But then back for Brazil, a track I don't enjoy so much typically. But yep, that win did give me the title. Then you see 70 points there to Ownage, Jerome Quickle in second, and with only 50 points left on the table, so guaranteed win of the championship there. So happy but sad, really. I'm happy, of course, that I've won it. I mean, it's been coming, isn't it, the last couple of races when Ownage couldn't attend, but it's just sad the way I won it. It would have been really good to actually beat Ownage on track to take the win, but unfortunately I didn't manage it, just couldn't do it. And well, that's a lie, isn't it? Unfortunately, he disconnected is what I mean to say. I think I would have beaten him, to be honest, but it would have definitely been close and definitely been an entertaining race. So we're both very much robbed of that. Very disappointing, but there we go. ARL PC champion. So very happy about that. Definitely can't complain overall. As I said, there's more than one driver I've beaten, and certainly the season's longer than 1 race. It's taken me 16 races to do so. So I am still overall pretty happy indeed. Very happy, in fact. And I thank you for watching. Bye bye.